Namaste. My name is Wendy. I am a teacher at Westchester Yoga Arts, and these videos are the top 10 best pieces of advice if you're looking to become a yoga teacher, and things that you should hear before you decide on a program. First of all, very importantly, there is an organization called Yoga Alliance. It was created in 1997 to create a set of standards that yoga schools, certifications, and yoga teachers should adhere to. Up to that point in time, there wasn't a global regulator to be able to see the standards of teachers, and there were teachers that didn't have good bases on physiology, on the human body. There were some that had no idea about the basic philosophies of yoga, and Yoga Alliance stepped in to create a set of standards for yoga teachers and yoga schools across the world. Many schools and teachers did join Yoga Alliance, and a few did not. For example, Iyengar and Bikram are two examples of schools or lineages, very strong lineages in North America, who chose not to become part of Yoga Alliance. That said, for your first certification, your RYT 200, best piece of advice is choose a Yoga Alliance registered school. I'm not part of Yoga Alliance, I'm not paid for them, I certainly don't work on commission. But you can go on their registry and look up Yoga Alliance registered schools. Why is it important to go with the Yoga Alliance registered schools? With over the number of years that we have been certifying teachers and have had a studio, studios in general and clubs in general, even though they do hire teachers that sometimes do not have a certification from a Yoga Alliance registered school, they do favor students that have a Yoga Alliance registered school certification because they understand that there is a set of standards, basic standards, and that they have been taught according to those standards. The second reason is that if you get specialized very early on, then you're limiting who you can teach to, because the more specialized you go, the more restrained the opportunities you can get. And when you get your first certification, you want to be teaching to as many schools and open yourself to as many opportunities as possible. So first certification, go more general, and the more specific can go later on. You have your whole life to study yoga. We all do. And the third reason that you want to choose a Yoga Alliance registered school is that your first certification is more like a validation. You need to consider it that way, and it's a place for you to find direction as to what the next steps are on your yoga journey, and you need a school that will be able to offer that to you. So, first piece of advice, Yoga Alliance registered school. Second one, make sure that the school that you're choosing knows their lineage. Ask them, what is the lineage of this school? They need to know where their lineage comes from, why they teach the teacher training program that they have, why they teach it the way that they do. Okay, so that's important. They need to know their lineage. The third piece of advice is choose a program that has as part of its program, maybe not, I'm not talking about a large part of the program, but a part of its program is dedicated to explore the lineages of yoga that are the most popular in the country that you live in right now. I live in the US, so if I'm looking for a teacher training program, want to look for a teacher training program that part of it would be able to explain to me the major lineages of yoga that are in North America, when they came here, what their differences are, and where their teachers came from, etc. And how it is different with the school. So the three top recommendations: Yoga Alliance registered school, a school that knows its lineage, and a school that will do some kind of part of the training to explain the other kinds, major kinds of yoga that are popular in where you live right now. Please, please, please note, very important to keep this in perspective. As many lineages of yoga that there are in this part of the world, North America, in the West, South America as well, there are myriads more in India. I remember a friend of mine came back from India a few years ago, gave me a couple of DVDs from this yoga guru who had like 150 yoga DVDs. He's unknown in this country. And the same goes for some of our yoga superstars in North America. They're unknown in many parts of India as well. So we have to keep everything in perspective. The West, North America, is a big part of the expansion of yoga and the rapid growth and acceptance, global growth of yoga across the world. However, in the many millennia long history of yoga, we're really a very small part of the few thousands of years of tradition that historically comes from India. So we do need to keep that in perspective in our journeys here. So that's it for this video. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can see the next in the series, part 2, on the top 10 best pieces of advice to choose the yoga teacher training that is right for you. Namaste.